She's not particularly... She's...
Let's just have a minute to think about this country, right? This is a mother who has now got 284 days to remain away from her child and her husband.
Lucy Connolly, she's the wife of a Conservative councillor. Her appeal against the 31-month sentence for putting out an intemperate tweet in the aftermath of the Southport murders has been dismissed, so she will remain in prison.
And who knows, her parents, maybe, her extended family, because she wrote one angry post on social media. And she also says that this is because she herself was suffering from bereavement.
Keir Starmer is furious after King Charles stunned the nation with a rare public intervention, backing Lucy Connolly and shaking the entire British government to its core. According to Palace insiders, the King was deeply disturbed after watching uncut video of Connolly's arrest, which purports to demonstrate harsh methods, illegal detention practices, and perhaps even a violation of British law's rights for journalists. This is a resounding reprimand from the head of state, not merely a royal opinion. According to reports, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is furious. Connolly was arrested during what she and her legal team say was a completely lawful journalistic operation. Connolly had been looking into allegations of misconduct within a high-ranking government agency. Major UK cities saw protests and a media frenzy after she vanished for almost 36 hours.
If that makes me racist, so be it. It was up for about 3.5 hours. It was viewed 300,000 times. She thought that was probably a mistake, wasn't it? I let my anger get in the way. She deleted it. Tell you what she said. This was in the wake of the stabbings in Southport. Her post read on X, Twitter, "Mass deportation now. Set fire to all the bleep hotels full of bleeps for all I care."
31 months in jail, nearly 3 years.
The implication being of this...
Prison's being overflowing, by the way.
What does it mean if you live in a country where you can't express your views, no matter how unpalatable?
At first, the authorities played it down, calling it routine questioning. But as the public's demand for answers exploded on social media, international media started to cover it, and Parliament was compelled to admit the dispute. That narrative fell apart. Starmer is now in crisis mode as the King himself enters the conflict. The Prime Minister's response is described by Downing Street witnesses as fury mixed with disbelief. During a heated call with ministers and key advisors, Starmer reportedly yelled, "This is out of line," while the King's remark was read aloud in real time, according to one insider. It is the most direct royal intervention in a civilian legal matter in over a century, according to constitutional scholars.
Wind your necks in. I don't want you to say what you think. This is what this government are telling us, isn't it? Mass deportations now. Set fire to all the beep hotels full of the beep they might be to other people. That you could literally have a knock on the door, you get arrested, you get put into prison, you get taken away from your children. What good does this do other than to tell you at home, keep your voices shut?
What makes Lucy Connolly a national hot topic? And who is she? Connolly, who has spent the last 2 years looking into wrongdoing in public contracts, especially with regard to defence expenditure and foreign aid, is well known for her bold reporting and unwavering pursuit of the truth. Her most recent series implicated multiple politicians in potential financial impropriety involving foreign corporations and was released in partnership with an independent news organisation. Anonymised sources blamed individuals close to the current administration, but identities were not made public. Connolly was arrested on nebulous allegations of obstruction and possession of classified materials just days after her last exposé. Legal professionals swiftly attacked the government's strategy, claiming it was unclear and out of proportion. When public confidence in the government collapsed, an internet movement called Free Lucy was started, and in a matter of hours, it amassed up to 2 million signatures. Human rights groups, well-known journalists, and even Hollywood actors expressed their support. Nobody anticipated, however, that the King, who is known for being measured and closely guarded, would defy royal custom and take a stand. "The liberties we extend to those who seek truth are the foundation of our nation's values," he said in an official statement issued through Clarence House. Miss Connolly's rights must be upheld, and she must be released immediately. Although the government was not specifically mentioned in the statement, its intended objective was made clear. The underlying friction between the monarchy and Starmer's government is what makes this situation even more volatile. Although generally cordial, there have been rumours of increasing hostility in recent months. Now, Starmer who has advocated for more centralised control over media laws, is torn between a monarch whose voice still has significant cultural authority and public indignation. Protests have spread into Parliament Square and beyond as the backlash intensifies. Signs saying "truth is not a crime" and "we stand with Lucy" were shown by thousands of people. Connolly's legal team, in the meantime, filed a formal habeas corpus motion claiming wrongful imprisonment and press interference, and demanded her immediate release. There is a silent panic brewing in official circles. According to reports, several MPs are pleading with Starmer to free Connolly right once in order to stop the situation from getting worse. Starmer is reportedly resisting, though, out of concern that giving up now would set a dangerous precedent and erode the legitimacy of the government. His side contends that Connolly's case will be addressed through the appropriate legal procedures and that the legal process must be respected. However, with the King's demand reverberating around the country, few people still believe that line. The tale has taken the world by storm. After being briefed on the issue, US President Joe Biden reportedly voiced his concern over the troubling developments in Britain regarding press freedom. According to a White House official. In a well-crafted statement, the European Union reminded all of its member states, including the UK, a close ally, of the value of media safeguards in a democracy. Watchdog organisations for journalism are referring to this as a watershed moment. Reporters Without Borders stated that no democracy is safe if a journalist can be arrested, silenced and hidden from public view simply for uncovering the truth. Now, Connolly's prior work and the possible consequences of this political conflict are being extensively covered by major news outlets. Nevertheless, despite all of the political propaganda and media noise, one thing is clear: people are organising. A nationwide movement has been sparked by petitions and independent investigations, sympathy marches, and fundraising events. Whether she meant to or not, Connolly has come to represent responsibility, bravery, and defiance. Additionally, Starmer is under increasing strain every hour. His own party's backbenchers are already splitting. "This is a disaster," said one MP in an anonymous statement. The party is being pulled along with the Prime Minister as he walks straight into a wall. In order to avoid being perceived as complicit in the repression of a free press, even some conservative voices are supporting the call for Connolly's release with caution. Rumour has it that the palace is speaking with constitutional experts behind the scenes to make sure the King's remark, whatever its impact, stays within his ceremonial parameters. If the impasse persists, some even conjecture that an emergency address to the nation would be necessary. In times of national emergency, it would be uncommon but not unprecedented. Regarding Connolly, not much is known about her whereabouts or current state. Her team maintains that her communications have been severely restricted and that she has been refused access to legal counsel. Anger just grows with each hour that goes by without a solution. The country watches tonight. Whether Lucy Connolly's narrative will live on is no longer the question. Rather, it is what type of nation Britain decides to be in the face of it.